trying to smile through the fucking rain. Carrying secrets that damn near drove me insane. Lost my sunlight deep inside my shattered name. Chasing punk ass dreams that never loved me the same. Had to slow down, hit the floor damn near broke. Life punched hard, felt the blood in every note. Found forgiveness, sitting quiet where the trees spoke. Found truth staring back through every part of me that broke. Yeah, I stumbled, but a real man rose. Came up swinging with the fire in my bones. Deep in my chest where the real shit grows. The boy I used to be still leads me through the low. I had to lose my fucking self to claim my soul. Had to let them jagged pieces make me whole. I've been walking down this long ass road, trying to carry all the shit I should've let go. But it ain't 2009 no more. I finally found my way back home. Yeah, I'm breathing like a man again. Let the hurt fall off like a goddamn wind. No, it ain't 2009 no more, but I'm learning how to love again. Been fighting for a reason through them storms. Holding on to faith when my spirit wasn't warm. Every tear that dropped turned into a grown man's song. Every wrong I lived made me twice as fucking strong. Now I ride slow, sunlight all on my face. Moving like a king through this fast ass pace. I ain't perfect, but I'm holding my space. Trying to heal wounds time barely want to erase. If I met that young boy I used to be back then, I'd say stand the hell tall, you gon' win in the end. The road stay crooked, but your soul gonna sin. From the fire to the light, you gon' rise again. Ooh, I've been holding on, trying to right my fucking wrongs, but the past don't own me no more. Ooh, let that river flow, wash away the old. I'm stepping through a brand new door. Oh, stronger, harder, more defiant. I've been walking down this long ass road. Stronger, harder, more defiant. I've been walking down this long ass road. Stronger, harder, more defiant. I've been walking down this long ass road. Stronger, harder, more defiant. I've been walking down this long ass road, trying to carry all the shit I should've let go. But it ain't 2009 no more. I finally found my way back home. Yeah, I'm breathing like a man again. Let the pain blow off like a hard ass wind. No, it ain't 2009 no more, but I'm learning how to love again. But still scarred. Still scarred and sure. Yeah. Some things break, some things stay. But I'm strong. DJ Urban T.
Yeah. You ever lose so much you stop feeling it? Then one day the blessings hit like a fucking hurricane. Yeah. I'm in that chapter now. I'm on the ride of my life. Hey. I'm on the ride of my life. I'm on the ride of my life. Everything tried to bring me, I told that shit not quite. Took every L, turned the pain into my highlight. Now doors open up for me like come inside. I'm on the ride of my life. Yeah, the old me's dead, I ain't looking behind. All this success got me feeling divine. Fuck what they think, I was built for the climb. Had some fake friends said they'd always stay down. Next week acting like they barely came round. People love you when you up, when you sink they drown. So I cut the snakes early, I don't play with clowns. All these late nights stressing, trying to make ends meet. Now I'm eating real good, something like a king's feast. Took every punch life through, stayed on my fucking feet. Now I shine so bright, even pain looks sweet. Haters talking but they whisper now. They ain't built for what I walk through, different style. I'm chosen, I'm focused, I know this now. They doubted, I rose and I own this now. All that heartbreak, all that fear and trauma made a man out of me, not a runner. And every closed door just brought me another. Now I'm done stressing, I'm blessed like a motherfucker. I'm on the ride of my life. I'm on the ride of my life. Everything try to break me, I told her she not quite. Took every L, turned the pain into my highlight. Now doors open up for me like come inside. I'm on the ride of my life. DJ Urban T. Benjamin. My brothers. This ain't pain talk. This is clarity. They told us be strong, but don't act like a man. Be sensitive, but never take a fucking stand. Be providers, but ashamed of the grind. Confused ass culture, now we losing our spine. I watch men drown with their mouths full of facts. Quote every theory, but don't move when it's time to act. Scrolling for truth like it's stuck in the feed. But red pill reality don't come cheap. I ain't mad at women, I'm mad at the lie. They told you red pill meant bitching online. Red pill wasn't rage, it was look in the mirror. Now see enemies instead of getting clearer. They say wake up, but stay sleeping they habits. Blame the whole world, never audit they balance. You broke cause you lazy, not cursed. Red pill truth hit hard, yeah this shit might hurt.
Hey, red pill, but don't choke on the truth. If you woke while you still in the same fucking loop, say you free. But you chained to the pain, red pill, see clear, still walk in the rain. Red pill, but live that shit out. Awake ain't a bad, just a long way out. If you see what's real, then stand on your feet. Brotherhood calling, don't lie to me.
Misogyny ain't strength, it's fear in disguise. Red pill twisted when you stop thinking precise. Turn patterns into laws, turn hurt into hate. Then wonder why life still slamming the gate. Alpha beta talk got you sounding real small. Red pill discipline silent, don't posture at all. A man who see clear, don't need a villain. He building his shit while you scrolling and bitching. Red pill ain't the uniform, it's the work. But most one language without the dirt. Truth don't trend, don't clap, don't cheer. Red pill pressure make cowards disappear. I ain't saying the world fed, it's never the case. But red pill don't excuse you from running the race. Life don't owe you shit, but it answer to work. So either level up or stay mad and hurt.
Red pill, but don't poison your soul. Truth ain't hate, it's control. Say you woke, but you live in the sleep. Red pill talk, same shit every week. Red pill, but stand like a man. Awareness demand more than a plan. If you see what's real, then bleed for the truth. Brotherhood watching, what you gon' do?
Red pill ain't loud. It don't argue in comments. It don't recruit the bitter. Red pill get quiet and start demanding receipts. I ain't above this shit, I'm in it too. Same red pill standard apply to you and me, fool. If I say build, I gotta build mine. If I say lead, I gotta bleed time. Gentlemen, my brothers. Red pill ain't something you say, it's something you live. I'm holding myself to it too.
Welcome to the lounge, where we challenge accountability. I'm Urban, and we don't do surface talk here. We use emotional intelligence, thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking.
Every beat a question, every bar a lesson. I turn the mic to a mirror, life's a session. Urban in the mix, soul and intellect blend. We ain't just talk truth, we set trends from Dallas to the world. We break that ceiling, no clout, just facts, that's the real feeling.
Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Trap drums drop, but the message don't fade. Every thought sparks like a hand grenade. Faith, pain, love, and drive all collide, that's how minds revive. All collide, that's how minds revive. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Mind open wide like a city skyline. Every topic shaped by design. The urban lounge where ideas ignite. Late night thoughts under podcast lights. Every episode of thought design. The urban lounge where iron sharp iron. We build from the ground like truth rewiring. Can't fake what's felt when the mic's ignited. If you listening now, you already invited. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Real quick community guidelines before we start the show. Now I want y'all to know that this is a space for respectable, thought-provoking conversations. We encourage intelligent discussions, different viewpoints, and respectable debates. Disagree if you want, but do it with substance and respect. Self-promotion is not allowed. This is not y'all billboard. Links, spam, and promotions in the comments or in live chat will be blocked immediately. Distasteful trolling, insults, or bad faith behavior will not be entertained. You will be blocked and banned. No warnings, no back and forth. Finally, y'all will notice that the subscriber mode is on. It is only for 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. That way we can protect the integrity of the show and also protect the integrity of people who actually want to comment in the comment section faithfully. All right. We're here to think, challenge ideas, and grow, and not derail the conversation. If you're here in good faith, then I welcome you. Y'all enjoy this show. Salute everybody. Welcome to this night episode of The Lounge. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Today. Appreciate y'all a whole lot on this one fabulous Sunday evening, February the 1st. We're doing good so far in 2026, you know what I mean? So that's pretty good. Hey, real quick. Those of y'all who are able to comment in the comment section, let me know where y'all are watching from. Let me know what city y'all watching for. You watching from, Dallas or, wherever it is that you're at. Let me know in the comment section where you're watching the episode today. All right. So once again, appreciate y'all tuning into the show. I got something that I want to talk to y'all about. The reason why I'm going to talk to y'all about this particular episode, because this topic kind of hit home with me. It was one of these moments where I had to hold myself accountable for this, because I know I'm guilty of this. I'm very, very much guilty of what we're going to talk about tonight. And I'm pretty sure once y'all hear the conversation, y'all may be guilty as well too with what we're going to talk about. tonight. So those of y'all here right now, make sure you hit the thumbs up because it supports the channel a whole lot. All right. So we finna go and get into this conversation tonight. I don't want to hold y'all too long tonight. Tonight. So let's go and get into it. What inspired this podcast today is, and I was doing some self-reflecting on myself as usual, which that's what we all should be doing. We all should be self-reflecting. You know what I'm saying? Every single time you should always be doing some type of self-reflection on yourself. So I was doing some self-reflection and I was thinking about, my past relationship, right? I was thinking about, other things that transpired in my past relationship. And I was thinking about, what were some of the things that happened that caused for the relationship to end the way it ended. So the first thought that came into my mind was this. It was matching energy. This matching energy, y'all. Now, when y'all hear the word matching energy, I know a lot of y'all can relate to this, a lot of y'all, especially women, but more so women and men. Whenever you hear the term matching my energy, it normally comes off as a negative connotation, right? It comes off in a way where, let's be real about it. It's almost like darn near fighting words. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you get into a heated conversation, the next thing you know that, hey, I'm just matching your energy. You give me the energy, I'm matching it. You know what I'm saying? And we are guilty for saying that towards each other. I'm guilty of saying this as well, too. In my past relationship, now my current one that I'm in right now, but in my past relationship, that's exactly what I was doing. Matching energy. If she leveled up on me, I leveled up on her, and vice versa. The crazy part about this, y'all, now that I'm thinking about this, this matching my energy thing is like the most overused excuse in modern dating. How many y'all agree with me on that? That when you use the term match my energy, it's the most overused excuse in modern dating. Because when you think about it, it is. It is very overused. Matching my energy. When I think about this, for us like red pill and feminism, right? I'll be thinking about some of the terms that we use, some of the terms of endearment that we use to match the energy, right? One of the main terms that us in the red pill community we use is this. We'll say, man, you got to stop simping. Or we'll say, man, you're a simp. Or you're a sucker. I also overheard feminists or, people in the pink pill community or whatever, they'll say something in the lines of, you're overgiving. You're overgiving. You're a coward. You're a square. Different things like that. You know what I'm saying? But once again, this matching my energy is the most overused excuse in modern dating, y'all. Tonight on this episode, I'm going to prove to y'all that this matching my energy thing is not only overused, but I believe that this is something that we need to discontinue out of our vocabulary. Because matching your energy, which is what I stated earlier, whenever people use matching my energy, they use it in a negative way. They're not using it in a positive way most of the time. They're using it in a negative way. It is like a term of endearment. It is a term that you're ready to fight. You're ready to do something negative. Am I lying about that? So tonight on this episode, I'm going to prove to y'all that matching my energy or matching your energy is the most overused, it's the most toxic word that you can use in modern dating. Hell, to be quite honest with you, To be quite honest with you, matching your energy is actually toxic in any space, whether you're at work, whether you're in your personal life, you know what I'm saying, or it could be your friends, whatever. That matching your energy thing could, understand. Shout out to everybody who's tuned into the podcast right now. Make sure you hit the thumbs up because it do support the channel. And I see you in the comment section as well too. Appreciate you subbing up to the channel. So let's go and get into this. Match my energy, all right? Let's get into it. Y'all know that men, they'll say this. They'll say still chasing indifferences, right? Then women will say something along the lines of, well, I'm still pouring into the inconsistency. You know what I mean? Some that's weird stuff like that, right? But to be honest with you, if you be honest with yourself, who's really losing when you say matching your energy? Is there ever a victor in matching your energy? Is there ever a resolution in matching your energy? Let me know in the comment section about y'all experience behind this. Because I know many of you have experienced that where you literally use these terms of endearment, these words. I'm going to match your energy. So let me know your experiences behind this. What was the end result behind it? Did it come up with solutions behind the energy that you was trying to match in a positive way, or did it end up abruptly in a negative way? Matching energy isn't strength if it costs you your standards. That's what I want y'all to get out of this whole entire episode. I want y'all to understand this. Matching your energy doesn't cost you losing your standards. Once again, make sure y'all hit the one thumbs up to support the channel, y'all. Make sure y'all do that, y'all. But we're going to dive deeper into this, y'all. We are. How about I do this? Since we are in the red pill community or red pill space over here at the lounge, let me do this. The red pill space is about one thing. It is about attraction is not built on words, but is actually built on behavior. We can all agree to that, right? Those of y'all who are a part of the red pill community or you listen to red pill content, we can agree on that, correct? We also agree that effort matters. We agree that consistency matters. We agree that boundaries matter. The red pill teaches us to not chase, to not over-invest, and not to negotiate desires. We can all agree to that. Hence, that's where, the term that I told you earlier about being a sucker and a simp and all this stuff came from, correct? Now, I agree with y'all on that these things that I just mentioned, there's nothing wrong with that. That is solid. There's nothing wrong. That should be the foundation of red pill philosophy, okay? Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Some men what some men go wrong is when they turn self-respect into a rigid, confusing, calm confidence with a emotional shutdown. What do I mean by this? I call it this. I call it when men, instead of them using logic first, then emotions later, they'll use emotions first. Then later on down the line, logic and reasoning. That there, my friends, talking to you brothers, that is normally how women operate and not men. Because we always use logic and reasoning first. Then the emotions comes behind it. Another term that I use in that context is I call you being a overly hypersensitive male. Where you're letting every little emotional thought immediately trigger you, or as we talk about, letting you go that way. Shouldn't be that way at all, period. Now, I'm going to also demonstrate to y'all that we can utilize this matching your energy thing in a positive way if we know how to weaponize it correctly, okay? Where it won't become toxic, all right? Because matching your energy, it doesn't mean that you have to be cold. It doesn't mean that you just have to be measured. You have to be not only measured, but you have to be balanced as well too, if you're going to do it. Okay? Now, it's only fair, since I mentioned about, how the red pill community operate, it's only fair that I mentioned about how the feminist community operate as well too, okay? Now, modern feminism is also right about something that is very uncomfortable, okay? A lot of women have been conditioned to overgive, over-accommodate, and over-explain in their relationship. Can we agree to that? Once again, a lot of women have been conditioned to overgive, over-accommodate, and over-explain in relationships. My brothers in the red pill community, do you know the type of woman that I'm talking about? I know y'all know, but I'm going to tell you. The type of woman that I'm talking about, we call them pick-me's. Right? Because that's what pick-me's do. Pick-me's tend to be over-giving, over-accommodating, and over-explaining. I have watched podcasts. A matter of fact, not only I watch podcasts, but I have been on panels where I have experienced this type of pick-me behavior in action. Where it be women on the panel. They whole desire is that they want to be accepted. Okay? They want to be accepted in the said community, which in this case, red pill or manosphere, or whatever you want to call it, right? They want to be accepted, so they start over giving, they start over accommodating, they start over explaining. But the truth about that is not healthy, even for a woman to do that. Even though it may stroke that man's ego for you to do that, but in reality, that is not healthy for you to do that. That's why me personally, I don't agree with the whole concept of the pick-me woman, where she wants to be the so over-accommodating, even when it goes against her own worldview. I would prefer for a woman to be open and honest about her intentions and her feelings than to sit up here and lie just so she could get what she wants. Because if that be the case, then the pick-me is no different from these regular modern women that are out there, or as we call birds or whatever. You're no different from them at all, period. You should always have your own mindset, your own ideology. You should also be allowed to give men pushback, because hell, we do need pushback on certain situations. We do, absolutely. That's the whole point of why women are being appointed to be what to us? To be our helpmeet. Because there are some things that we do drop the ball on, for real. We really do. It doesn't mean that, we're incompetent or anything like that. It just means that sometimes we're in a situation where we just don't know about. Maybe this woman know more about, or maybe she could give us more directions within it. So she should be allowed that opportunity to do that for us men. But she shouldn't be this pick-me where she's over-giving, over-accommodating, and over-explaining, especially in relationships. Now, the emotional labor is real. Unequal expectations are real. Burnout is real. And I want y'all to understand this, gentlemen. All of this is real. We tell women this, and say if I'm lying about this. We tell women to be patient. We tell women to be understanding. And we tell women to communicate more. But, however, without you reciprocating, guess what happens? It becomes a self-destructive erasure. Hence, this is what we're talking about tonight on this podcast. Matching energy. Matching energy isn't about proving your worth through sacrifice. And I'm talking about the women right now. Once again, matching your energy, it isn't about proving your worth through sacrifice. Hence, that I'm talking about the pick-me woman. You don't have to sacrifice your integrity, your well-being, your worldview, or anything like that, so you can be picked by a certain archetype of men. And hence, men, we should respect the fact as well too that the same type of woman deserves to have her voice and reasoning in the relationship. Right? Here's where both sides end up losing, okay? And we talk about the man and the woman, red pill, feminist, whatever, right? Here's where they lose, all right? Here's where the gender war starts. At one point, men say this. They said, never give more than you receive. Then women will say this, never tolerate imbalance. But however, when you just think about it, right, you think about these reactions, right? When you just really just think about it, just break it down, you'll come to the understanding that this is nothing but fear. Once again, it is nothing more than fear. It's not alignment. It's not agreement. It is fear. And real strength isn't about winning exchanges. It's about knowing when to disengage without bitterness. If you match energy, if you feel anxious, resentful, or confused, guess what? You have already lost yourself. Going back to my situation in my past relationship, I was known as a yes man. And the reason why I was known as a yes man is because of several different factors that happened in that past relationship. One of the biggest factors was that the woman who I was previously in a relationship with, she was way older than me. She was way older than me, and I was younger. And so due to my mindset at the time, and due to my worldviews at the time, my best course of action was for me to become what is known as a yes man. The men would call him a one sucker. I was that man. Hell, some men would even call that man a simp. I was that man in the past. But I felt that the best course of action was to become this certain type of archetype of man simply because I did not want no confusion or anything. So I became that. But by me becoming that, I end up losing myself. I end up becoming something that she wanted me to be versus what I should be, especially as a man. And then the moment when I started realizing that I wasn't happy, that's when I start matching the energy. That's where the arguments start happening. That's where I start standing up for myself and saying like, no, I'm not going to no longer do this. I'm not going to be a yes man or anything like that. But we started matching each other energy, going back and forth, matching the energy. And by us matching the energy, it did not resort to no type of resolution whatsoever. It has made it worse. All the way up to the point where we end up disengaging our relationship. Likewise, what I'm encouraging you as a viewer, both men and women, is that if you're going to match energy, before you even engage in that, you need to ask yourself, is it going to have a positive outcome or not? A matter of fact, I'll put it this way. What type of outcome are you looking to have when you say you want to match energy? Are you looking to have a positive outcome in a situation, or are you looking to have a negative outcome in a situation? We're going to dive even deeper to this. If I'm giving you this thought-provoking conversation, y'all, make sure you hit the thumbs up to support the channel. Tonight, we're talking about matching each other energy in relationship. And this could tie into not only relationship, it could tie into family dynamic relationship, it could tie into professional relationship. Wherever you want to apply, it can tie into this. All right. So make sure y'all hit the thumbs up to support the channel. We have a comment, you say this, I'm single, but it sounds like mutual desired destruction to me, which I agree. I absolutely agree that. Because ultimately, that's where it's going to end. I agree. Now, y'all know that it's a difference between matching energy versus like playing games with each other. Career agree on that? Want y'all be clear about something. Matching energy is not dishonest treatment. Men. It's not delayed replies as a punishment. Women. It's not withholding affection to gain leverage. Both of y'all do this, but preferably women do this, but both men and women does this. It's none of that. The reason why is because when I had did this, right, when I gave the silent treatment, when I delay replies as punishment, and this simply means this simply that you're not communicating at all, period. Either through text, phone call, messages, whatever the case may be. Then trying to withhold affection to gain leverage, meaning that here's a term that I despise more than anything, and I hear preferably women say this. You made me mad, so you're not going to get none. Or they'll say, you made me mad, so I'm putting you in the doghouse. They will literally make the man who they say that they love, the man that they say that they honor, the man that they say that they respect, right? They'll literally put this dude out of his own bedroom that he shared together collectively with her, right? And have this dude sleep on the couch or wherever type of space that he's at. Or some of them will actually leave the house altogether and go to the hotel. And you call that matching energy. Women will say, you made me feel this way, therefore I'm going to match it by doing this. Just so you can gain leverage. But what I want y'all to understand is that insecurity is dressed up as strategy. Because that's all it is, a form of insecurity. And the reason why that's insecurity is due to whatever type of situation that you're trying to match your energy with. That's where it boils down to. And you're using your insecurity as a form of strategy. Now, man, don't run away from this. Even though I'm talking about the women, don't run away from this, because we'll get guilty of this as well too. We are. We'll have some insecure moments where we feel like that the woman is doing certain things to you in the relationship, right? So you start withholding things from her. You withhold your affection, your communication. Hell, with us, if we are the main breadwinner in the household, we'll even withhold finances from her. We'll say some things like, I'm cutting off your allowance for the month, cutting off your credit card. Right? Some of us will do some very, 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 very petty stuff to match energy. Normally, it'd be the one man responsibility to go and make sure that the gas is filled up in the car for your woman. If y'all cohabitating together, right? You decide that since you want to match your energy, you're not going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I'll make her do it. You as a woman, you normally make sure that he have a lunch prepared before he go to work. Instead of you normally do that, you won't prepare the lunch at all, or y'all do some very, very ignorant stuff like spit on his sandwich or do some weird stuff because you want to match energy. Let me tell y'all this, because I'm giving y'all all the negative stuff about matching energy, but I'm gonna give y'all some positive stuff as well too. So let's say that we want to match energy, but we want to do it in a kind of positive way. How would that look? Glad you asked. So healthy matching energy, it would look something like this. It would be reduced access without drama. It would be clear standards without ultimatums. It would be calm distance, not emotional warfare. Strong people do not weaponize silence. They're just the proximity of it. And I'm going to give y'all an example of this. In my current relationship right now, my current marriage right now, me and my wife, we do have moments where we don't agree. And it's okay because it's healthy. All right? We have moments where we don't agree. We have moments where we don't see eye to eye on certain situations. Guess what we do? We match energy, but we don't do it in a petty way or in a negative way like we're talking about right now on this podcast. What we'll do is this. If it's a certain situation that we don't agree with, we don't see eye to eye, and we know it's going to end up triggering each other, right? We'll talk about it at that moment first. And then if we don't see eye to eye, guess what we do? We will reduce the access. We'll set a certain standards to where we at, meaning that we'll tell each other we don't agree in a certain type of situation. Give our reasoning why we don't agree. Make it clear why we don't agree in a certain type of situation. And then afterwards, right, we will dismiss ourselves. Meaning that we don't be trying to push the conversation, push it and push it and push. No, we got to talk about it tonight. We got to talk about it tonight. Or trying to make ultimatums. If you don't talk about it tonight, then you ain't going to get none. Or I ain't going to do this or I ain't going to do that. No, we don't do that. If we disagree, we give each other that space to normally disagree, but we retract from each other. Don't say nothing at all about the situation. We go by our normal business, even though that we may be bothered by it, we may be triggered by it as well too. But we just let it go. Y'all should be asking the question, why do y'all do that, Irby? Because I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm even strong or capable enough to, or even mature enough to do that. Here's the reason why I would recommend that you do this. I recommend that you do this because once when y'all disengage from each other, it gives both of y'all the opportunity to think about what was said. It give y'all the opportunity to just really think about it, just process everything that was saying. Process on what was the detachment or the disagreement. What was the disagreement about? However long that moment will be, it is contingent on you in a relationship, because we know that everybody's relationships is different. Okay? So it's contingent on however way the dynamics of your relationship is. It may take an hour, then y'all come back together and talk about it. It may take a week. Some of y'all probably take a month, or others may a year. I don't know. But this depends on the dynamic of your relationship. Normally with me and my relationship, if depending on the level of degree of the discontentment that we're having with each other, right? Sometimes it could be a couple of hours. It could go all the way up to a week. You know what I'm saying? But we allow each other that space to process what is going on, so that way we could think about what is going on. We could think about what was said. Then within that process, we'll think about what was said. I'm pretty sure that she'll go back and either talk about it to, her friends and loved ones about it, just to get a different perspective. And, I'll probably do the same as that thing, like, hey, talk about it and get a different point of view perspective. Then later on down the line, we'll come back and revisit that thing. We'll revisit it, and then we'll talk about it. That's how the way you should match each other energy in a positive way, instead of being petty as hell, instead of being, cold-hearted, being calculative in a negative way. That way, the insecurity will not occur, okay? Because when you have a disagreement like that, of course, it's going to trigger emotional insecurity from both parties. But when you come back and do it the way that I'm telling you to do it, right, or the way that I'm recommending you do it, then what's going to happen is that insecurity is no longer going to exist, because it's going to give each party that reassurance. Within that, I want y'all to understand that self-respect is the common ground, okay? This is where, and I know some of y'all going to disagree, red pill and feminists watching this. Y'all may not going to agree with this, but this is where the red pill and feminists actually overlap. This is where they overlap, whether if you want to admit it or not. Okay? Both are reacting to, the disrespect part that I'm telling you about earlier, right? The man, he don't want to feel used. The woman don't want to feel undervalued. The mistake is thinking self-respect requires domination. But in reality, it doesn't. Self-respect is staying yourself, even when the other person doesn't rise to meet you. And that's another one common problem that people deal with too. One person be on this level while the other person be on this level, then vice versa. What if I were to tell y'all that that's how the way the dynamics of relationships should be, in a way? It's going to be one moment where, you're here, that person there. It's going to be another moment where, y'all there right there. There's going to be another moment where y'all just there equal. Then this goes up and down, back and forth. And I'll say, what if I told y'all that that's how the way relationship supposed to be, in a way? Will y'all agree or disagree? Do y'all believe that's true or false? Because I believe that that's absolutely true, because that's nothing but a healthy relationship. It's not going to be a time where you're always going to be center and balance every single time. And the reason why is because we are human. We have different experiences. We have different worldviews. We have different circumstances. We have different beliefs. But even when you don't be aligned like that, that doesn't mean that the relationship is unhealthy. The only time when it becomes unhealthy is when you decide to make it toxic. But that's a choice that you choose or y'all choose to do. I think in this part of the show, I think it's important for me to explain to y'all why people truly lose themselves. People tend to lose themselves when they explain instead of, just observing. They also lose themselves when they argue instead of trying to adjust. And finally, people lose themselves when they seek validation instead of alignment. These things that I just mentioned to y'all, this was all true and evident that I have dealt with. I dealt with it. In my past relationship, I found myself always trying to explain myself. I felt that I was always trying to argue. And most importantly, I was trying to seek validation. But it took for that particular relationship to end for me to finally just observe, to adjust, and to be aligned with myself. Now, I know that I'm talking to, people who could relate to this, where they'll lose themselves in these relationships, where they feel like that they have to be so sacrificial in these relationships because it's something that you desire, it's something that you want. Hell, many of y'all been praying to God about it. Man, I've been praying to God to send me a good man. I've been praying to God to send me a good woman. And finally, when you get that opportunity, right, you feel like that you have to sacrifice your very self, your very being in that same relationship. Instead of just observing, making adjustments and being aligned in that relationship. Just like what I told y'all earlier, that these things, it never be like this all the time. It always be an adjustment. That's how it is in relationships. It's always an adjustment, no matter what. But I also want to encourage y'all that you shouldn't lose yourself in relationships, period. Whenever you decide to be in a relationship, now, also, let me put this disclaimer out here too. This whole conversation is really talking about people who are either in relationships or desire to be in relationships, okay? If you don't desire to be in a relationship, then I'm not talking to you. But you can apply to this to everyday life, okay? But when you enter into these said relationships, you shouldn't lose yourself. You shouldn't sacrifice yourself. You shouldn't end up becoming something that other person wants you to be and losing yourself in the process. Now, I understand about evolution. I understand that sometimes a person could enter into your life and enter into your space, and it could be an enhancement for you. Now, I'm not talking about that. Now, if that person came into your life and they are an enhancement to you, and they in a positive way gave you all these tools and resources to help revolutionize you, then that's something totally different. That therefore you should accept that. You should accept the evolution for yourself, for your being. Nothing wrong with that, because that's what I had learned. As I further matured and grew up into the space where I'm at right now, I allow certain people to be in my space where I learn from them, right? And within these situations, it could be either short term or it could be long term. It could be for a season or it could be for a lifetime. There are people that was in my space, right, where they was just there for a season, where I just learned from in a season, and then it was it. It was a wrap. And then there are other people who are in my space that they became a lifetime commitment. But even then, you're still learning, you're still observing, you're still adjusting. You're not losing yourself at all, period. And I want y'all to understand that this thing that I'm talking about, this ain't just a men thing. This ain't just a woman thing, but this is for both genders. That you should not lose yourself, period. Matching energy without losing yourself means your standards stay fixed and your assets change. What I mean by that? It is nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong, both men and women. And I say one more time, it is nothing wrong, men and women, for having standards. In fact, you should. In fact, I encourage it. You should have not only standards, but you should also have boundaries as well too. Because if you don't have standards and you have boundaries, then guess what? It's going to resort back to you losing yourself. You're going to find somebody who is toxic. You're going to find somebody who's narcissistic, right? And they're going to manipulate you, and they're going to use you. They're going to take advantage of you. And then on top of that, they're going to convince you to have Stockholm syndrome, to make you believe that all of this is the way it should be. No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. I was kind of talking a little bit about alignment. I think I need to kind of go a little bit more detailed in that, so y'all understand where I'm coming from. But this is what, we're not talking about alignment, this is what it actually feels like, okay? When you're doing it right, where you're actually aligned right, it's going to be a different feeling versus when you're dealing with this in a negative way, all right? When you're doing it right, you're going to be feeling more calm. You're not going to be tracking effort, or as y'all modern women be talking about clock it and all this weird crap that y'all be saying. Not going to be tracking effort. You don't need to have constant reassurance. You don't feel the urge to even win. The reason why all this is true is because when you align within yourself right, you're going to automatically have this reassurance. You're automatically going to have this calmness. You're going to already have this sense of trustworthiness. And then to top it off, you're not going to have this egotistical mindset. In my current situation right now, and I'm going to address the comments a little bit. In my current situation right now with my wife, everything that I mentioned to you, I implement this every single day in my relationship. Every single day. Within my cell phone, I make sure that I'm aligned with everything. Now, I know in this show, I haven't mentioned much about spirituality or religion, but in this particular part, I'm gonna do this. The moment when I became aligned with the Most High God, the moment not only I became aligned with the Most High God, that's when everything else started aligning and falling into place, including my wife. Like, no lie. Those of y'all who are around me, especially in the YouTube streets, some of y'all probably follow me on other podcasts where I'll be on other panels talking to people, right? Y'all know this one constant thing that I do all the time. And it's this. Whenever I'm having conversations with people, right, I'm always calm. Now, I may do certain things to entertain, but at the end of the day, I'm always calm and poised and balanced. Every single time. But it took a lot of discipline, and it took a lot of practice, and it took a lot of mastery for me to get to the point that I'm at right now. So therefore, I'm not going to say up here and stunt to you, and I'm not going to say up here and lie to you and tell you that it's going to be easy for you to get there, because it's not. It wasn't easy for me at all, period. But it's very possible. So when you become aligned, you'll see things differently. You'll see things differently. You'll react to things differently. When it comes to the point of matching energy, right, you will end up matching energy based on the level that the Most High God wants you to match the energy. You won't be matching energy from a worldly perspective, like how worldly people want you to match energy, where it always come out to be negative, hostile, egotistical. Always got to be right. Can't be wrong at all. Peace replaces the excitement behind the negative matching your energy thing. Clarity most definitely replace the chaos as well too. And I know what some of y'all thinking. Y'all saying, well, Urban, I love matching energy because it's fun. It's entertaining. What you talking about is boring. I don't want to do that. When I hear people thinking like that, right, or have that type of behavior, the first thing that comes into my mind is that you are immature. And it is what it is. You're immature. And you need time and opportunity to grow only if you choose to want to grow. Because at the end of the day, I can't make you grow. Nobody can make you grow. Not the person who you're in a relationship with. If you're in a relationship with somebody, they can't make you grow. Hell, God can't even make you grow. You have to choose to want to grow. You have to choose to want to enter to the level of maturity where you start seeing different situations from a different perspective. At the end of the day, with me, brothers and sisters who are watching this podcast right now, I'm all about peace, and I'm all about understanding that as well too. I want to, my goal is to live the remainder of my life as peaceful and happy as possible. Now I know throughout the remainder of my life, I have different challenges and circumstances that I have to go to order or arrive to that level. I get that. It's life. But my whole goal is to be peaceful throughout this whole process and happy. I am too damn old to sit up here being immature and matching energy with people, period. Well, if it's within my marriage, well, if it's within my children, well, if it's within my family. Hell, it could be also on here and then on YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? And I'm too old to be sitting up here being immature and trying to match energy like that. But I should be in the position where I should be a mentor to those of y'all who need it, especially the younger generation. That's where I want to match my energy with. I want to match my energy with positive things that's going to benefit people, that's going to want to literally revolutionize people's life where they'll be connected the way that they need to be connected. Where men are functioning the way that they need to be functioning as men. Where women are functioning how the way they need to be functioning as women. As I come to a conclusion on this, right? But before I get there, y'all, if y'all enjoying this thought-provoking thought-provoking conversation, y'all, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, man, because it really do support the channel out a whole lot. I want to see that I got 11 likes, man. Y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up, man, because I'm giving y'all some information that's going to literally change your life for real. I ain't lying. So hit that thumbs up. Now, let me go ahead and address the comments, and we're in the show afterwards, all right? So, King of King, what's up with salute, brother. You said this, Yahushua, which is Jesus, y'all, if y'all didn't know that. Yes, I agree with you're giving to the point of, yes, I agree with your giving to the point you can't tell whether that person or you're giving the points like you're not bending her roles. It's not what he can do or will make you feel. Plus, use conflict as a way to get closer. Gotcha. And I agree with you. I agree with you on that, brother. Appreciate you. Now, I do want to end the show off by saying this, all right? I want y'all to understand that this whole concept about the gender war, right? To be honest with y'all, it really is distracting from the bigger picture. It really is. There are way more important things that are going on in our life than to be having a gender war with men and women. I'm kind of tired of us in the red pill community yelling at the women. I'm tired of the modern women, feminist women yelling at the men. To be honest with y'all, if y'all are participating and if you are doing this, you should be exhausted from this. Those of y'all who know me, right, y'all been watching my shorts and stuff, right, that I be putting out there. And then my shorts been strategic for a reason, okay? Y'all been listening to, different women give their perspective about whatever it is that they're talking about for us, dating, modern day, or whatever the case may be, right? And I'll be looking at the comments. I'll be looking at it and I'll be reading them. One thing for certain is this. I have learned that there are a lot of men who are coming and right simply because of anecdotal experiences, meaning that they may have experienced a woman similar to what the short is talking about, or they may be currently in a relationship with a woman that's like that right now. And that leads me to believe that the men out there are hurting. They made a decision and made a choice, and they got burnt from it. And this is their way of expressing their feelings. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But when it comes to matching energy right, you should be asking yourself, gentlemen, what value am I going to get out of this in the long run? If you're only getting entertainment value out of this, then you're not learning it out, gentlemen. I'm just being dead honest with you, from one brother to another. You're not, if you're just getting entertainment out of this, where you just come in on there and you're then you're not getting nothing out. You're not healing from this. In fact, all you're doing is picking at the wound, you're picking at the scab that woman had did to you. What should be happening is that not only you're learning from it, you're learning to mature and grow from it. Part of this, I believe this. I honestly believe that the reason why the gentlemen are the way that they are is because it's been a long time since they had a man like myself to just be honest with you and tell you the truth, to tell you the errors of your bullshit ways. You know what I'm saying? To let you know that, hey, I understand you. I've been through it. I've been through women taking advantage of me, hurting me, and different things like that. But I have grown for that. It have matured to a different level. And brothers, that's all I want from you. I want you to mature into a higher level where you're no longer worrying about it. If your desire is that after you learn from the situation that you've been in relationships, that you no longer want to be in relationships, then there's nothing wrong with that, fellas. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and do that. But however, why are you doing that? You should be in the process of healing yourself, bettering yourself, which that's what the whole red pill philosophy is about. It's about empowerment, upliftment, and you being the better version for yourself as a man, period, anyway. So if you're doing it in that aspect, then I would encourage you to keep continuing to do that. And to be honest with you, you don't need a relationship to validate who you are as a man. You don't. But if you desire to be in a relationship, it's also nothing wrong with that. But however, when you do that, right, I will encourage you that you make sure that you vet, and vet. Make sure that that person is matching the energy that you're looking for. Make sure that not only you're aligned, but she's aligned with you as well too. Don't make the fatal mistake like a lot of us, including myself, have done, which is go for looks first and stay for looks. And don't even measure and judge the character of that woman to see if she even qualified for you. Don't do it. Because if you do it, then yeah, you're going to be in a repeated cycle and over again, brother. So you're never going to learn. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say that the real work, it's internal, man. A lot of y'all got a lot of work to do within yourself. Y'all do. And I want to encourage you to put that work in. It's not too late. If you're here right now, listening to this podcast, I'm letting you know right now, it is not too late. You still got an opportunity to work on yourself, to get connected to yourself. If you're part of a religion or a higher power, if you believe in God or not, they get connected to that. So you could be connected to something, connected to some type of source to get you started. So you can move forward as a true man that you're destined to be in your life, in your community. But it starts with you internally. Things that we're dealing with the women. It don't start with the woman. It starts with you as the man, because you're the leader. You're the head. It starts with you. Matching the energy isn't about men and women. It's not about betraying yourself to keep connected. All this is about, it does staying grounded, being honest with yourself, and simply staying alive. Now, if y'all got value in this podcast tonight, once again, make sure you hit the one thumbs up, because it do support the channel a whole lot. All right. Other than that, my brothers, and I appreciate, and sisters who's watching, appreciate you tuning into the episode. I also appreciate the ones who are coming in the comment section. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to this channel for more thought-provoking conversations, where we be having these conversations from a red pill perspective, from a red pill philosophy perspective, not this modern red pill that's going on right now. All right. Because I'm going to want to give it to you real and honest. Okay. So other than that, y'all have a great and wonderful night. And I will see you again on the next episode.